Hey Sharks, I'm Joe DiMartino from Temple University Hospital.
And I'm Lois Scipione from Temple University Hospital.
Do you have new to practice nurses that lack the confidence in high stressful situations like performing CPR? If you shook your head, guess what?
So did we.
We found a solution.
We use competition as a means to facilitate education to promote confidence and skills in CPR performance.
Oh, here we go! Drivers! Start your engine!
So before we get started, we asked our colleagues how confident do they feel with your new to practice nurses with performing CPR on an actual patient rather than on a mannequin. Our feedback from our colleagues was anywhere between a 2 and a 3. How did you rank?
Here's our data. We did initial survey and 6 months was our post survey. What was measured was average compression rate percentage, recoil percentage, depth percentage, and overall percentage. As you can see from the results, compression rate percentage went up 34%, recoil went up 3%, depth percentage went up 2%, and the overall went up 7% for each of these topics. In addition to the quality data, we also surveyed each participant. The pre-survey data was for 23 participants. You'll only see reflected the 14 for Med-Surg and L&D because we removed ED and ICU from this because they stayed the same across the board. What we found is that ED and ICU have more codes typically and they're more skilled at performing CPR more frequently. The average perception of effectiveness of CPR compressions on a scale of 1 to 5 was a 3 pre, and it went to a 4. That is good versus very good. The average how comfortable they feel performing CPR on an actual patient on a scale of 1 to 5 was 3 pre-survey and 4 post, meaning comfortable versus very comfortable. And then the average of how prepared they feel to perform CPR on an actual patient again went from 3 to 4 for these units, and prepared versus very prepared. In between, if they have been performing CPR at the seminars, they verbalized to me that they remember the feedback. So they recalled actually during a code, slow down on my compressions, allow for more chest recoil, which is what we want them to have. We want them to leave with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to reflect back on what they learned and to be able to perform high quality CPR for our patients to improve our patient outcome. So you're probably wondering, how do we do this? We start in Seminar 2 for the initial data and pre-survey. We do not start in Seminar 1. There's so many things to go over in Seminar 1. We go over expectations, goals, preceptor, and then in the afternoon we have skill station, so we can't do it. I'm sure much of your programs are the same way. Then we do the 1 month later follow-up, which will be Seminar 3, a 3-month follow-up, Seminar 5, and a 6-month follow-up, Seminar 8, and that is when they get the post-survey as well. We do this individually and then as a team as a race-off. They perform 1 minute or 60 seconds of CPR. The software technology provides the facilitator with the objective feedback related to those 4 outcomes that we talked about. And then they compile the final score, the overall score, and then the facilitator provides the one-to-one coaching based upon the info given. We do recommend that you have 2 people, one to record all the data, and then the other person will provide individual coaching and feedback based on the software, what the feedback is from the software technology. You should primarily have a person who is BLS or ACLS instructor just because they're the subject matter experts in that particular field. We then take 2 to 4 overall individuals depending on what the scores are, and we have a race-off competition which is fun and engaging for the participants.
So you may be asking, what did the staff feel? What was their feedback? So we asked them. After each seminar we asked them. Some of their feedback after their seminars were excellent teaching strategy, they enjoyed the CPR race, and it was fun. One of the things we additionally did was we surveyed them at the conclusion of the residency program about what was one part of the residency program that they liked the most. In addition to other comments, they did highlight that the CPR practice and seeing improvement of their CPR skills was one of the highlights of their residency program.
I actually thought it was a lot of fun, a fun way to learn about how to do CPR and to get people engaged. It seemed like everybody had fun. It seemed like it was a good way to learn.
I wish I had it in that class, my CPR class for my job.
I feel much more confident to act in an emergency after practicing these skills.
I think it just makes it more exciting. You're putting competition towards things. We're even looking at implementing it in some of our EMS symposiums.
I loved doing the CPR race because inside of each of us is a little bit of a competitive piece.
It was a fun, realistic learning experience.
I agree. I think we should be doing this every month on every unit.
It was a really fun and interactive way to brush up on my CPR skills.
I agree. It definitely made me more confident in performing CPR.
Who wants to join the race to save a life? Go Temple! Woo!
Who wants to join the race